diving into dinner and a movie, and joining us in the CI Living Kitchen is U of I student chef, Danielle Saubert. Welcome back.
Hi.
Okay, you look all ready for spring. I'm loving the polka dots.
Excited. Well, the recipe too.
Oh, so what are we fixing tonight?
Good for spring. So this is actually a bruschetta chicken salad. We've got some beautiful fresh flavors, hopefully that will prompt, that shift in weather.
Okay.
It's a great light meal. We have some mixed spring greens over here. Just some diced chicken. You can use it when you're grilling and everything if you ever have any leftovers or if you want to throw on some so you have extra.
Right.
This is a great thing to use your leftover chicken for. So
all right.
We're going to dice up some of this chicken, toss it in with some tomatoes, and we're just going to mix everything in there with a balsamic vinaigrette dressing.
How many chicken breasts do you think we need for this recipe?
As many as you'd like, honestly. I mean, some people like more chicken, a little bit more protein. I already cut up 2. We have another pre-made one over here, so we're just going to go ahead and dice it.
And you're so easy with the knife.
With the ginormous knife, I must add.
it is ginormous, you're right.
Those things scare me a little bit.
I've had some pretty good instruction at the U of I, actually.
I bet so.
Yeah, they taught us some pretty nice knife handling techniques.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so are we putting that in the bowl first or
Yes, we can.
Oh,
just to get it out of the way because we got to get our tomatoes all diced up there. Whoops.
Oh, that's all right. Just toss
My
it in
mistake.
there. So?
All right, so we're going to cut up about 4 tomatoes here. And just some tips for cutting things like this or onions. You always want to make sure that you're cutting with a flat surface when at all possible. So you can actually go ahead and cut these guys in half.
Those skins look kind of tough.
A little bit. I might actually use a paring knife just because sometimes those work a little better. So we're just going to go ahead and dice these guys up.
You're dicing them, or are you really kind of putting them more in cubes? Because when I hear dicing, I think you're very small.
Dicing is cubey.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so
then you're
it doesn't
good.
refer to the size?
I mean, there are different, I guess, characteristics. Sometimes you'll hear like a julienne, and they'll have like 1/4 inch or eighth of an inch, and so that's,
Well,
the
that's
number
what I
is
get for falling asleep to the cooking channel.
Definitely. That'll get you some good ones there.
So what kind of tomatoes are we using here?
These are just Roma tomatoes. So
does it matter? Tomatoes,
not
tomato?
Really.
Tomato.
To me, I think some of them have a stronger flavor. Some tomatoes are a little bit milder. And Roma tomatoes generally are used in salads, which is nice.
And we're going to use all 4 of these?
I think we can go ahead just for sake of time. We'll
mix them up.
Mix them up. We'll use these 2 and get them in there.
Right.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, go ahead.
Oh, sure.
Use the knife
So
there.
now with the greens, I will hand these over. You want to explain these? This was not part of the original recipe, right?
This one, oh gosh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so the mixed greens, we're actually going to put the whole chicken mixture on top of there at the end, but the recipe does call for basil, and I forgot to bring it.
Oh, okay.
We have some spinach that is kind of a basil lookalike, and I'm going to show you guys a pretty fun method. It's called a chiffonade.
Oh,
you can just go ahead and layer.
We'll slide it over so we can get it overhead, because this is going to be a special cooking trick.
Technique. All right, so it's a chiffonade. What you're going to do, you're going to layer your basil leaves, and you're just going to go ahead and roll them up like this. And then you can cut them just like that, and they come in nice skinny ribbons there. And then,
that's nice.
And it adds a nice different texture.
What's that called?
A chiffonade.
Chiffonade.
Chiffonade. It's very, very fancy. So
something else they teach with you.
We'll pretend it's basil. It's going to be beautiful. All right, so we're going to go ahead and mix our Italian seasoning and some garlic in here, and we actually have to mix up our dressing. So all of those, the way that you can mix up your dressing there, you can either do it with a whisk in a bowl, but we actually have a shaker, and this kind of achieves the same effect. So we're going to put all of our ingredients in there.
All of the ingredients.
We have a little bit of sugar, salt and pepper, some garlic, and then we're going to cover up the lid and just shake it and drizzle a bit on there.
Well, you would think I could pour that without making a mess, and that was
I'm about to try to put in the garlic, so that's
okay, so you're going to stick around, because we're about out of time for this part, but
we'll get that all mixed up.
We'll get it all mixed up.
It's already looking really pretty.
It is, and we've got the recipe actually posted right now on CILiving.tv if you'd like to make it for dinner tonight. Okay, well, today...
Or you'd like me to attempt to make it for you, and it'd be
go for
just as much entertainment there.
Doing great.